So today we are going to discuss about the wiring of the fluorescent lamp and the light socket. So we all know that we all are having a fluorescent lamp at our houses, and like the previous experiments, here also we are having a layout as well as a wiring diagram for our fluorescent lamp. Okay, so this is a layout diagram for the fluorescent lamp. So here you can see this represents a switch box which will be having a switch to control our fluorescent lamp, as well as this will be consisting of a switch for controlling the power circuit. And this represents a fluorescent lamp. So this is very much similar to our first experiment, which is one lamp controlled by a single switch. Okay, so this represents a layout, and as you can see the measurements are given over here. Now coming to the wiring diagram, this is a wiring diagram for our fluorescent lamp. So as you all know, this is a fluorescent lamp. This represents a choke, which is nothing but an inductor mainly, and this represents a starter. We need this starter as well as the choke for the working of our fluorescent lamp. And this represents a switch box which consists of two switches, one switch for controlling the lamp as well as one switch for controlling the power circuit or our socket. Okay, so as you know, coming to the working of the fluorescent lamp, you can see that these are the main electrodes, which are the electrodes of the fluorescent lamp, and this represents a starter, and together with the starter and the choke we are going to glow the fluorescent lamp. So how does a fluorescent lamp works? So initially, when we give the supply to this fluorescent lamp, as you can see, this represents a phase, neutral as well as the earth lines from the supply. So when we give a supply to the fluorescent lamp, initially the starter, as soon as we are giving the supply, the starter consists of a bimetallic strip which will be getting heated up, and as a result this bimetallic strip will bend together to form a contact. Okay, so initially the current will be going from the phase. So through the switch the current will be going through this phase, through this choke, through this electrode. As we are having a contact now in the bimetallic strip of the starter, it will be passing through this electrode and it will be coming back to the neutral of the supply. So it will be completing the path of this current externally through the electrodes. That means there is no ionization of the gas inside the fluorescent lamp. Okay, so this fluorescent lamp, it consists of argon gas, drops of mercury as well as a phosphorus coating, so that only when the ionization of the gas inside this tube take place, then only the lamp will be glowing. So for this ionization to take place, we need a very high voltage, which is not, or our supply voltage is not sufficient to provide this high voltage for the starting of the fluorescent lamp. So in order to provide this high voltage, we need a starter as well as a choke. So as I told you, initially the path will be completing externally, not inside the not through the gap between the tube, but through the external circuit. So after some time, the inside the starter, the bimetallic strip, this will be getting cooled, as a result of which this bimetallic strip will be getting separated, which suddenly breaks our continuous path of the current, which causes a high rate of change of current. And we know that when we are having an inductor, we know that the voltage induced by the inductor will be equal to L into di by dt. This sudden change of current by opening the circuit in the starter will cause a high voltage to induce in the choke. As a result, the net voltage which is coming across the main electrodes will be the sum of the supply voltage as well as the sum of the voltage which is induced by this choke, and this voltage will be very high, which is sufficient for the ionization of the gas inside the tube. As a result, this gas has got ionized, and after that the path will be completed through the tube, not through the external circuit. That is why we say that once the light is turned on, we can even if we remove the starter, the light will be still glowing by its own. Okay, so coming to the switches, this is a switch as I told you. So you can see that from the phase, the connection will be going to one terminal of the switch, and the other terminal of the switch you can see is connected to this phase, and from the connection is given to the one end of the choke. From the other end of the choke, it is given to the terminal or the electrode of the tube, and from the other end it is given to the starter, the other point of the starter connected to the other terminal, and from there it is given to the neutral, and the supply will be getting completed. Okay, and for this socket to work, we have another switch, and for this switch also we can see that the phase is coming to this switch also, and from here the phase will be going to the one point which represents the line or the face of the socket, and the other point you can see it will be connected to the neutral, and this neutral will be coming back to the supply neutral, and this represents a earth pin. We can see this will be a bit larger than the other two pins, and that socket, and that is connected, you can see this is given to this earth point. Okay, so in the ceiling rows also you can see this phase, neutral and earth, this earth point can be also given connection. Here it is not shown. Okay, so this is the wiring diagram. This is how you have to wire the diagram, and this is how the fluorescent lamp will be working. Okay, thank you.